Hello people on the internet. Welcome to the first ever film versus oil painting. Still alive. The rules are simple. First, photos can't be heavily edited. Otherwise it blurs the line between digital arts and photography. 2. Only one piece can be submitted. 3. I don't know yet. As this is the first ever film versus oil painting hosted by me, expect new rules to be added when I think of it. My game, my rules. Oh yeah. However, you as the viewer is going to decide which one wins. Let's see what kind of film I have here. I haven't used this Cinestill yet. This is a fantastic film. It was sold out for a long time too. This one roll costs like $20, so do I really want to use it now? What if I mess up? It's been a while since I shot the film. Yeah, I will use portrait this time. I want to save the Cinestill for night city scene. I tear up film's package and tape it on the film back so that I won't forget what kind of film and what the ISO I'm shooting with. Here I'm metering the light with my phone and adjusting camera settings. The measurement for the first exposure is at f4, 1/30th of a second. 1/30th of a second is a slow shutter speed. Shooting handheld will give me a blurry image for sure. So I set up the tripod. I also decided to turn off one harsh light, leaving just a warm ceiling light. Well, I have to remeter the light. The shutter speed is at 1/4 of a second, and the aperture is set at the widest, which was f3.8 for this 90mm lens. I did a second exposure with even slower shutter speed, just in case the first one was underexposed. Please don't mess up. Pretty much same camera settings as yesterday. I just rotated the film back to shot vertically. I've been wanting to study flower, and I finally picked up this one home. It's Phalaenopsis orchid, one of the most common and easy to maintain flowers. Its flower can be in blossom for 2 to 6 months. Even before I had seen the result, I knew it could be better if I could spread my subject further away from the black backdrop. I then can block off the lights hitting on the back and have a more even background. I imagine the creases on the backdrop will be very distracting. Oh well, I have no more shots left. It's time to develop our film. The chemical I'm using is Unicolor C41 kit. I immerse developer and bleaks into 40-degree hot water while I go load the film into developing tank. Make sure the thermometer is clean every time you put it into a different container. It's time to develop! After bleaks, the film can be exposed under light again, so I opened the developing tank to check if I got images. I actually have never messed up developing films. The reason I was uncertain this time was because bleaks was prepared a half year ago. I didn't know if this bleaks is still in good condition. Just some cropping, dust and watermark removal, no more editing beyond that. Well, the food ones are all very underwhelming. The soup and the book I placed there actually have metaphors, but since the pictures look so uninteresting, I'm not going to bother anymore. The flower did turn out good. I'm happy as long as I get one good shot in one row. Now it's time for painting. I start off with a graphite drawing study to get a closer look of the flower petals. I think one of the challenges I will be facing is the translucency of the petals. How can I paint that beautifully? Now, I'd be stupid if I want to compete as which one looks more real against a photo. Just like I would never challenge Mike Tyson, who can tear off other people's ear faster. Instead, I will challenge Mike Tyson, who speaks better Chinese. 化肥会挥发，黑灰化肥会挥发成灰黑化肥。I do still want to study the flower even if I don't want to paint in realism, because I believe one needs to know the form in order to break the form. I tinted some colors onto my graphite drawing with color pencil, which I regretted doing immediately. Well, since my color pencils are out, let me do a color pencil study. I observe and exaggerate all the colors I see. Oil study. I have this cheap garbage wood board I can use. Hashtag recycle, hashtag save money, hashtag sorry I'm cheap. I just need to sand it a bit smoother. Now let's try to loosen up. I want to focus more on colors and feel, but I still emphasize too much on form, weird composition too. Anyway, at least I'm loosened a little. I didn't lost myself into painting details. How should I paint it now? I don't want to paint too representational. I don't think I want to be too expressive or impressionistic like Van Gogh. That will cost me too much paint. But I do want a good amount of painterly quality to it. Wait a minute. This flower just blossomed. I made some changes from reality to get the composition I want. I made the stem shorter to have less negative space in the middle and completely ignored the other three flowers to have the flowers look less busy. I apply thick impasto to give the illusion of detail and bring the subject forward. Here's a little butterfly to bring more life into the painting. We all know butterflies can spread seeds for flowers, and this butterfly is whispering life into this bud. This bud will eventually blossom just like its sister on the left. I like that I decided to paint the butterfly white instead of blue, pink, or purple. That would be too loud. I don't want the butterfly to steal the show. Life and other beautiful things are quietly and harmoniously spreading and blooming around you. You just need to discover it. Overall, I wish I went more painterly than this. Maybe even less details. Should have gone all out to Impressionism. But I can't just keep painting, that's not fair. The photographer didn't go do another row based on the result of the first row. Let's carry all the potential improvements to our next film versus oil painting. I like how light is touching those flower petals, but I like the shadows here even more. It's simple and soft. It's just beautiful. Thank you, Mother Nature. It's time for you to vote. Which one do you think wins this battle? Why it wins, or why did the other one lost? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.